Alright guys, this is Dokkan time again, and we're going to be doing a how to build on the Battlefield Ultimate Clash free LR GT Frieza itself. Kind of a long name, but this is a free LR you can acquire through the Battlefield memories. The first thing I want to first state is that no, you should not be grabbing this unit. I'm merely making this video to show off what the unit can do at max potential. So it's going to be a little hard to really describe on how you should build them too. So they are a sworn enemies 130 lead. They raise attack and defense on 12 key. They greatly raise on 18 key, and they raise the attack of allies on the 18 key super, which is very good. But that raise is a 30% raise as well, by the way. The problem with this is that every time a unit has this ability, it only really matters if you can put that unit in slot 1. Frieza and Cell, or Cell and Frieza, are not they're not a slot 1 unit. They do have an entrance animation where as long as there's another character who belongs to Sworn Enemies, Revenge, or GT Bosses category, it'll pop up. You get key +5, attack and defense +40%, and then you gain a medium chance to evade attacks for 6 turns from the first appearance. So that means on turn 6, literally, you will, after turn 6, you will lose this. So by turn 7, this is gone. Now, mind you, in a normal thought process of how fights go, you know, very optimal, good team, you'll never hit you'll hit turn 6 or 7 and it'll be over, so it wouldn't be a big deal. But this is a little different of a case here. So you do lose this after 6 turns. So he doesn't always have that 30% chance to dodge. Key +3, attack and defense 140, gain an additional attack and defense +70 when attacking. Just to keep in mind of this, if you have with that 70%, you're probably around 400k defense. Just to keep an open mind of how much you're really getting out of your passive. Key +2 and defense +30 to Sworn, Revenge, and GT boss allies, which that's pretty nice. He does give 50% chance to crit if you're actually fighting a Goku ally or enemy, and then he gains another evasion chance +20% and effective against all types if the attacked enemy is stunned or sealed. So that'll pretty much never happen, and if it does, obviously, the evasion is pointless, almost. I mean, obviously, if the enemy is sealed, then you can still get hit with normals, but if the enemy's stunned, the extra evasion's kind of worthless? It's a little weird to be giving them extra evasion if they are stunned. Very weird. Gain another chance to evade +20% and perform an additional super attack if the enemy is in attack or defense down status. So that means with the intro up, you will be at like a total of 50% dodge chance if the enemy is in attack or defense down status. If they're not in attack or defense down status, then you're just sitting at 30. I mean, I can see where they were going with this in the most craziest of scenarios where the enemy is like debuffed to heck. Yeah, you got 70% chance to dodge, but I mean, when they're that debuffed, does it really matter if you're dodging? It's very fun. It's very funny. Very weird. Very weird. The active skill is Hell's Buster. Greatly raises attack, causes ultimate damage, seals the enemy, and you're able to use it once 4 or more turns have elapsed at the start of battle when there's an enemy named Goku, or 6 turns or more have elapsed. So the key thing about this is the elapsed word. So that means you have to get to turn 7 to be able to activate this otherwise if you're not fighting Goku, which means you're also losing the attack and defense boost right here with the intro at that point. So yeah, it's not the most amazing skills ever to grace us. Let's just kind of go over here and really see what they can do. Because, I mean, we're in the Legendary GT, or not Legendary GT, but Legendary Goku event. We're just going to get through this, and we'll show the, yeah. They do have a nice intro. I do think it is voice acted. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the menu in time, so I don't even think we're going to see it. I don't think I have it active. Okay, unpause. So let's get that intro in here real quick. Okay, I mean, honestly, it's not a bad intro. It's actually a pretty cool looking intro. It's not voice acted, of course, but it is pretty cool. So what are we sitting at here? Only 250k defense while we're fighting a Goku. Yeah, 244. So keep in mind, after launching a super attack, with the defense, with the passive, I mean, you'll probably be around 600k defense, roughly. That's what I would like to say. So obviously, he is debuffed right now, so we do have the chance to dodge. So there's that dodge, that 50% chance to dodge. Only 7.4... only 7.4 mil, huh? Really unfortunate. We got the guaranteed double super. So on double super, we do have a much higher chance of actually getting some work done in here. Let's go look at Halvard's calculations. So with Halvard's calculations here, on a double super with intro, when enemy attack is an attacker defense down status, with the post 18 key and then an additional, he was only at about 600k defense. So it's not very high, but the places you'll be taking this unit into, that is plenty high. Like, any major fight you're gonna be able to lower attack and defense, 600k defense with 50% chance to dodge, potentially 70% chance to dodge if you get them stunned or sealed. I mean, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Like, if you took them into, let's say you went into, I don't know, an ESBR for whatever stage you can possibly take these guys into. So what can you take them into? They're sworn enemies, target Goku, transformation boost, other world wars, GT bosses, joined forces, and revenge. I mean, there's a couple ESBRs you could take these guys into, and they would probably dominate a good portion of it. But I'm not entirely sure they're really worth grabbing with your battlefield memories. That's the big thing for me, is like, are they really worth it? They're doing quite a bit, I will say that. They have attacks effective against all types. They have built-in additional. They have built-in dodge. I mean, they do pretty well for themselves without really any hidden potential. But the other thing you got to keep in mind about a battlefield memory unit is that you only get this unit at 55%. We're not going to be able to even get a single dupe of this unit for months. Like, months, literally. Like, it's going to be 2 to 3 months before we get a single dupe. You'll probably be able to get maybe 2 to 3 dupes after a year. I mean, by the time you can rainbow this unit, it just won't even be worth even, like, putting anything into them at that point. If you do want to grab them, you know, for collection purposes, and you do want to throw some equipment on them, and you do want to kind of, like, think towards the future, you never know what's going to happen, you know? I would honestly say, whatever you're taking them into it because they have category advantage. They're a category fight in general. Like, so you have either a boost or you're able to take advantage of the fact that they can stun. You're taking advantage of the fact that they have all these things in their passive. You're taking advantage of all of it. And if that's the case, I mean, outside of fighting a Goku, you don't have any crit chance. So you very well could give him some crit. But honestly, I would probably say the best bet would to just give them additional. That would probably be the best bet, in my personal opinion, would just be going additional. This is the unit you're not taking into a crazy fight. This is not a unit you're taking into red zone or anything of the form, because they're not going to be able to do any good. I mean, we'll go back to we'll go back to the calculations right here. But the max possible defense they can even have, if you're able to put the enemy into an attack down status, you have 40% support on them. They still have their intro up. And they're getting a triple super. They have to get a triple super. Triple super and rainbowed, I mind you. You're not going to have a rainbow. Like, the 55% stats of this unit are probably closer to a maximum of about 700k defense after triple supering, which is just not good enough. It's just not good enough in difficult content these days. It's fine for like super like, you know, wide range of whatever category content or extreme super battle road, etc. But I don't think you need this unit. I really just don't think you do. So if you do want to put something into, you do want to grab them just for collection purposes, you do want to put in the extra equipment that you have, you know, by all means do it. But I think additional is the only thing that will really benefit them. I mean, obviously, if you're a dodge stan or the truth follower, you're just going to put dodge into them, so I don't know why you'd be watching this anyways. But overall, I think that's the only thing that's really going to benefit them, because if I use this unit, I'm taking him against Goku. Goku is what I'm taking him up against. Goku is 100% the thing I am taking this unit up to. Like, no questions asked. That's just what's happening. I'm fighting a Goku with this unit. No questions asked here. I mean, let's see here. Yeah, they're still only at 244. So the funny thing about this unit is their best partner, one of their best partners is STR freaking Super 17. That's a funny thing to keep in mind. Is GT bosses overall is a very terrible category. It's absolutely terrible. It's an atrocious category that should just, it needs a complete overhaul. It needs something to really give it a boost. We had a 50% chance to dodge right there, and we still couldn't dodge. Do we even do any decent damage? Only 3.4. Got the double super. Okay, so he's like 500k defense right now. 500k defense doesn't go very far. Got that 3.6. Doesn't really give you a KO animation. But the enemy was in attack and defense down status. So that was with a 50% chance to dodge. That was supposed to be a 50% chance to crit because it was a Goku. It's just, they're just not impressive enough to me to warrant that you should honestly even grab them. But yeah, if you got to put something into them, I would highly suggest just putting an additional and hoping for the best. But anyways, guys, let me know if you're actually going to use your Battlefield memories to grab this unit or not. They are a pretty cool looking unit, but I don't know if I'd grab them. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day and a good night.